Yeah. Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to the Reading Lounge with me, Rawgasm, and my faithful friend.
Marlin.
Yes, I hope you're sitting comfortably. You know, sit back on your chair, holding your cup of tea or your hot cocoa if you're American, because we are
Or
about
lying,
to. Yes, sorry.
or lying down, or lying down. They could
Exactly,
be lying
exactly.
down.
Just sit back, relax, as me, my good associate, are going to read you some of the finest stories that we can find on fanfiction.net. Okay, as it's the first episode of this, I presume we're going to be doing this every now and then.
Yeah, maybe make it like not a weekly thing, but maybe every other week.
Yeah, every other week. We'll just see. I have to see how this one goes and how this one.
Is received.
Yes, yes. Okay. So I'll go first. What I have for you boys and girls tonight, I presume it's night. It could be the middle of the fucking day for all I care, but is a fan fiction called Knuckles the Werechidna
Oh,
by Guardian X Angels. The practical blurb for this fan fiction says this: Knuckles was hit by Dr. Eggman's beam. Now he turned into Werechidna form. Will he survive, or will he satisfice himself to save Mobius and his girlfriend? Read and find out. No flames, please, and read and review. Smiley face. Will he survive, or will he satisfice?
I am ready for this. This sounds excellent. I'm most intrigued by this the story that you're about to tell us.
There's 7 fucking chapters to this. I've just realised.
Find a shorter one.
I'm going to read the first one. I'm just going to read the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's acceptable.
Okay. Here we go. Knuckles the Werechidna, Chapter 1. Knuckles, look out! Knuckles is a red echidna with violent eyes, not violet, violent eyes, a peach muzzle, white boxing glove with spike on top, red and yellow shoes that has grey Lego-like block on top of it, and has a white moon-shaped crescent on his chest. Knuckles turned around. He saw the beam. Right before he was about to run for his life, bam! He was shot in the back with the beam. Knuckles, no! The female ran over to Hair, spelt H-E-I-R, boyfriend, and bent down next to him. Lucky, honey, are you okay? Knuckles opened his violent eyes and looked at his girlfriend. Charlotte? Charlotte Snow is a 15-year-old light blue hedgehog. She has blonde, open brackets, yellow, close brackets, hair, emerald green eyes, a red mini strapless tank top, blue shorts, red sneakers, red eyeshadow, and 2 gold earrings on each ear. Good, you're still alive. Knuckles looked around and asked. Where's Sonic? Sonic is a blue hedgehog with light green eyes and red shoes, white gloves, and peach muzzle on his belly. Wait, a peach muzzle on his belly, what? Charlotte smiled and said, He's laying on the floor. Sally went over there to see if he's okay. Sally Acorn is a brown chipmunk with dark hair, blue eyes, a tannish muscle on belly, has blue shoes, a blue vest, and has blue eyes and no gloves. Knuckles grunt and ask, Is he alright? Again, Charlotte left. But he might come back soon, and we'll be ready for him. Knuckles got up and walked over to Sonic. Sonic, just awaking, was holding Sally's hand. Yo, Knux, where's Egghead? Knuckles shook his head and said, He left, but something tells me he'll be back soon. Knuckles nodded and said, Well then, let's go and have ourselves some chili dogs. Charlotte smiled and said, Agree! Sally, Knuckles, Charlotte, and... Wait, hold on. Sally, Knuckles, Sonic, and Knuckles walk out of bases.
Excellent grammar is excellent.
Yes. Walk out of base, then into town to get themselves a chili dog. That's the end of the first chapter.
Oh, that was beautiful, Raw. You delivered that with such a passion.
Should we... I want to see what happens next. to be honest. I want to read...
Continue, please continue.
Okay, we'll continue to the next chapter on this debut. It's been going alright so far.
I've enjoyed it so far. The story keeps getting better. The grammar is getting worse,
yes.
but the story is getting better.
I think that's, oh god, this is a bit longer, but, okay. Okay. Knuckles the Werechidna, Chapter 2. It was nighttime, and all the Mobians are going home from work, getting ready for bed. Sonic, Sally, Knuckles, and Charlotte make their way home. First they went to the castle to drop off Sally, then went to Sonic's house. Then last but not least, Charlotte House. The house was big, has red bricks, a brown roof, and lots of rose bushes around her yard. Thanks for walking me home, Knuckles. They were standing in front of Charlotte's door. Knuckles kissed her on forehead and smiled. No problem, babe. See you tomorrow. Charlotte smiled and kissed him on the lips. It's a date. She unlocked the door and went inside the house. Sonic's right, she's a keeper, she's 15. He sighed and turned to go to Angel Island. On his way there, he stopped. Weird. He started walking, just as he felt a sharp pain in his stomach. Ah! He fell to his knees and grunted. Then blackish-purplish aura surrounded him. More pain started to lure him, making him harder to stand up. Arrgh! Knuckles opened his eyes and saw something come out of his head. 2 wolf ears pop out of his head. Then he looked down. His glove was torn, and his nails and spike grew a big and sharp. Okay. He also grew fangs. Then his body got more muscles, and he grew like 6 to... Wait, let me read this again. Then his body got more muscles, and he grew like 6 to 8 inches taller. The transformation stopped, and aura disappeared. Knuckles got up. What just happened? He said in a husky tone. Oh, sorry. What just happened? He headed to a small pound and look at himself in the pound. What the hell? Oh, no, sorry. What at the hell just happened to me? He yelled. He went to the Master Emerald Shrine and asked Charlotte's guardian to watch over the Master Emerald again. But what? Donatello! Donatello is a light blue bat with dark blue hair, dark blue bat wing, a blue vest, blue boots, 2 gold earrings on each ear. Yeah, and has green emerald green eyes. Donatello looked at Knuckles and was shocked to see he was, well, ugly. I don't know how to voice Donatello. How should I voice him?
Do you know, I thought for a second this was going to be a crossfic. All of a sudden, Ninja Turtles?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't know, how should I, voice Donatello?
Surfer dude.
Knuckles, is that you? Knuckles nodded and said, Yes, Donnie, it's me. Donatello looked at Knuckles and closely and asked, What happened to you? Knuckles frowned. I don't know, but I don't know, but I pretty this is one of Beam's. I literally just read that. I can't... It literally says, I don't know, but I pretty this is from one of Beam.
Wow.
This is just getting... Okay. Donatello nodded and said, Could be that Beam was connected to the Dark Gaia. That doesn't even sound like a surfer dude anymore. Knuckles raised an eyebrow. Dark Gaia? Donatello sighed. Dark Gaia is a monster-like demon that lives in the Mobius core. Every 3,000 years, the Dark Gaia awakened to destroy Mobius, but it's stopped by his brother, Light Gaia. After that, they go back to the house But wait, what? After that, they go back into the Mobius core and go into a deep sleep. Then later, in other 300 years, they will awaken again and do the same thing over again. Knuckles was in shock. He didn't know about this. Okay, I'm going to go over to Charlotte's house and tell her about this. Plus, I don't think I'm safe here. Donatello raised an eyebrow and said, What do you mean? What do you mean you're not safe here? Knuckles pointed at the What? Knuckles pointed at the Diego that was next to the tree. What?
Where did this come from?
I don't know, but... Sorry, okay, Oh, wow, okay. Knuckles pointed at the Diego that was next into the tree. Help! There's a badass monster on Angel Island! Help, there's a badass monster on Angel Island. Okay. Knuckles and look back at Donatello and sigh. That's why. Donatello's eyes are widened and his jaw hung open by what he just saw. Okay then, but don't forget to look for Sonic. He was also hit by Eggman's beam, so maybe the same thing happened to him as well. Knuckles nodded and jumped off the island and headed straight for his girlfriend's house. Donatello sighed and looked at the Master Emerald. God damn, here we go again. He shook his head, lay down, and fell asleep.
Wow.
That's chapter 2.
Wow. Shall we swiftly move along to my story?
Yes. Yeah.
You sound like you had trouble reading that.
That was awful to read, to be honest.
Okay.
I felt stupid. I felt like I struggled
to understand what you were saying.
Yeah, and I struggled to understand what I was actually reading half the time there. Who is Donatello? What is this Diego in a tree? Who thinks there's a badass monster on Angel Island?
Who's the badass monster on Angel Island?
Exactly. Sorry, before we do move on, there has actually been 2 written reviews for it.
Oh, would you
reviews?
Would you care to shine some?
I will as soon as it loads up. Before we do, how about you give us a little teaser at what for us this week or this session?
During the brief time Raw allowed me to search for a fanfiction, I quickly thought, I know. I will look for a Sonic the Hedgehog and My Little Pony crossover fanfiction.
Oh yeah, my 2 favourite things to cross over.
This one is entitled I Loved Her First by BXV Ace.
Oof.
It's apparently a short story about My Little Dashie and Sun Dash. Inspired by Heartland's I Loved Her First.
I see. Can I read reviews first? Because there's only 2 of them. Okay, first review, May the 9th, 2013, by Bear Valley 3365. I really enjoyed this story. A couple of things I want to know is, 1. What do you mean by no flames? 2. Can you please add Big D and Thompson's gang as their past before they became low-life scumbags? And 3. To let you know I am 25 years old. What? Okay, then the second review, September 26th, 2013, by a guest, crap. Just crap. That's it.
Okay, well, There's an author's note to this one,
Okay.
and I'll read that quickly before we start. Rainbow Dash is an anthroform. I also wish to apologize for the confusion about the story. A while ago, I was working on another story about the Sonic team, the main six, and the other characters joining forces to combat a league of villains. A part of this story included Rainbow Dash to remember her father, and after they beat the villains, Sonic took Rainbow Dash to her father. I'm glad they said to her father at the end of that. Sonic took Rainbow Dash. It was... Wow. But apparently, this is rated K.
K?
Fiction K. English, family/romance. And it's 604 words long, and it's got one review.
Okay.
Which I will read afterwards.
Right.
Here we go. I loved her
Let's
first.
hear it.
I remember some time ago that she said I was her number one. I was the only man in her life. I was enough for her. Now look at her. She's a grown, beautiful teenager. For 15 years I helped her grow and raised her to be the girl she is now. Look at her. She's just so beautiful. How could this be the same dimpled-faced girl that I tucked into bed and read bedtime stories all those years ago? The same girl who would always tell me before she fell asleep, "I love you, Pops." The same girl I lost 2 years ago, but you brought her back to me. The both of you just appeared on my front porch, her looking up at me with those eyes that I miss so much. She jumped and wrapped her arms around me, crying out, "Daddy!" I couldn't move. I was in awe. I didn't ever doubt it was my baby girl. I recognized her face, voice, and touch. My only recourse was to hold her. I felt tears roll down my cheeks as I mumbled her name. Dashi! She introduced you as a friend, but the way you two looked at each other told a different story. After a while, watching you two on the swing set on the back of the porch, looking into each other's eyes, you two are so much in love that you're pretty much alone in your own place. But you don't have to worry about me. I know you'd never hurt her. I can hear it when you talk to her. Plus, she wouldn't act this way towards you if she didn't trust you. But I still want you to be careful when you hold her. She is still the world to me. Life has to go on, and I know I'll have to give her to you someday. I'm not being hopeful that she'll marry you. I know you two will have a future together. I feel the magic between you two, and that's something you can't deny. You two are getting closer and closer every day. You may deny it now, but I know you two will just come out with it very soon.
Disclaimer,
Very
sorry,
soon.
this is about a hedgehog and a horse.
Yep.
Just want to put that out there.
This is about Hedgehog and Horse, and we're almost at the end. I won't dare to stand in your way. She'd hate me for that. But I want you to remember this. I loved her first. I held her first. She'll always hold a place in my heart. From the moment she looked up at me, when she first smiled at me, I knew her father's love runs deep. And when they took her away from me, the only thing I begged God for was that she would find you someday. Someone who would love and cherish her every day. And I know it'll be hard to give her away in the future, but if I'm giving her to you, I know she'll be happy. That's good enough for me. But like I said, kiddo, I loved her first. The end. So what I've gathered from this story is that it's Rainbow Dash and Sonic the Hedgehog, and it's Rainbow Dash's dad telling a story to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yes.
Or something like that. Let's read the review.
The review, the one review.
Here we go. This review is by Cloud Strife.
Oh, the Cloud Strife?
The Cloud Strife reviewed this.
Holy fuck, I did not know he was a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog and My Little Pony.
January 11, and sad, but what was the point of this story? This is the saddest story I've ever read in my life.
Oh, really?
And that is his review. I think he's got better things to do than be reviewing
Yeah, I'm pretty
My Little
sure.
Pony.
I'm sorry, but what the hell is so sad about this story? I mean, obviously in the beginning, you know, oh, I haven't seen my daughter in about 2 years, rah, 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 rah. She comes back with some filthy fucking rodent for a boyfriend. Never bring such a greasy American into my house.
Didn't like him, his eyes were too close.
His eyes were green. That was the problem.
I think that's quite apt, actually, though, saying that Sonic's eyes are too close when they're practically touching.
Exactly. But, now, admittedly, right, obviously I was listening to it, but it did sound like there was a bit of thought put into it, but why, all things...
The spelling and grammar was right.
But why of all things would you write that about a crossover My Little Pony and Sonic? Like,
Some people have.
if this
Some
was
people
just
just wanna
two
watch the world
people,
burn.
if this was just like two normal human beings, it'd be fine. It actually doesn't sound too bad, this story. It's just, you're writing this about a fucking hedgehog and a horse.
I know. I can't think of reasons why you would. I don't know.
Right.
I just know that now I feel slightly nauseous.
I feel like I
And
need
that's not because of eating an entire pack of cookies.
Yeah, I feel, if anything, I feel like I need to take a shower after this.
I think that's how we should end it.
Yes.
We'll both get a shower.
Yeah.
And maybe the listeners will also take showers.
But just remember, I love the shower first.
That you did.
Yes. Okay,
I hope you love the shower almost as much as I do.
Yes. But, anyway, so that's it for this session. I've had fun, at least.
I enjoyed myself too.
Yeah, this is way better than that fucking podcast we used to do.
Shitty podcast.
Exactly. Alright, so, if you're using this on the YouTube video, which I presume that's what we're going to do,
Yeah, we can
leave a comment. Who won this week? Was it me with Knuckles the Werechidna, or was it Marlin with oh, I loved her first. That was it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. Who won this week? And yeah, hope we'll see you next week,
That we will.
or whenever we do this next.
What did we call this place? The reading corner?
Yeah, the GamesForum reading corner.
Something like that. We
Yeah.
like this.
Yes. Okay. Right. Goodbye. Have a very thoughtful evening.
Bye.
Goodbye.